Hello everybody, and thank you for joining me for some more mechanical misadventures. Haven't made a video in a hot minute, and so I figured I would take the chance to mess around with this, a Titan 5500 diesel generator, and see if I can't get it to run. Now, I don't really care about making power with it. The thing with these clone diesel generators is they tend to break, but the motors are usually solid, and the motor is all I'm after. So I saw this bad boy on Facebook Marketplace when I was at my job and not working for 50 bucks, and I had to have it. So here it is. And the star of the show here is this Eastern Tools equipment. I'm sure you could guess which Eastern it's talking about, which is a Yanmar L70 clone. And so it makes not quite 7 horse. And I think it'll be fun to tool around with for 50 bucks, especially if we can get it off here and get it running. Now, one of the nice things about these enclosed, or I guess this open style generator, is that you could typically find them with starters. And because the generator part of it is not so great, you could find them broken beyond repair for a pretty reasonable price with a decent motor. That's what I'm hoping for. Let's see if we can't get her to fire up. So the story goes for this generator that landscaping company bought it to power their tools, and they just didn't end up using it all that much. So it went to one of the employees, and then it went in the employee's attic, and he never bothered to try to fire it up. But because of that, it's got 24 hours, which really isn't a lot at all. Now, low hours isn't the saving grace that you might think it to be, because this might even have the original oil in it. This is something else that I checked. A little low, very stinky, very old, and kind of a little diesel-y. And if you're familiar with small engines, you may not realize, but these have oil filters. So you got like a little strainer right here that catches junk in your oil, and when you break these motors in, they seem to produce a fair amount of it. All these like diesel Chinese clones that I've gotten, they have very low hours, fire them up for a little bit, they get a lot of metal in here, and then after I clear it out once or twice, it never happens again. So it doesn't seem to get any worse. I guess it just has a little bit of self-clearancing to do. I'm gonna suck what's left of that oil out of there and take a look at the condition of our filter before I even try to fire it up. So I've got one of these vacuum pumps, and they're actually pretty sweet if you deal with a lot of like low engines like this. You know, if you have a lot of snow blowers, tractors, lawnmowers in your life, and it's difficult to get them high up enough to actually do an oil change, these are great. Ooh, that's pretty empty. It's already making the empty straw sucking sound. So there is our filter. You can see there is a little bit of metal in it, but it's not too bad. I take it back. I have no idea what this is. Pretty grody though. Looks like there's actually a pretty decent amount of slurry in there. Well, the die has been cast. I bought the thing. We'll get it wiped out and see what we can do. We got it full of oil. Let's click this over to the run position. I got jumpers on it. Let's see if it'll try to turn over. Let's push in the compression release. Very promising. Now, Uncle told me he was having a hard time getting this thing started, and it's probably because if you see this, that's a fuel shutoff. Right now it's off. Ooh. And now it's on. And if that was the only problem, oh boy, I will be stoked to the bone. All right, let's see if she'll rip. I think it will. Okay, I took that cover off. Let's see if we can't glean a little bit more knowledge as to what's going on. I'm a little bit worried that it didn't even fire on ether. So I'm wondering if we don't have a stuck valve. Some funny business going on there, perhaps. Well, something just fell out, which is what we call not a good sign. This just fell out. This looks like a relief vent. I bet that's not supposed to leave here. No, I don't think so. We lost our compression release, so this is going to be a little bit harder. Well, it looks like it's going. Ugh. Let's check our lash. All right, so we're at top dead center, and we've got no valve lash in either. So that could be where our compression and failure to ignite is coming from. So let's go ahead and loosen these up. I don't know if you could tell by how much this is moving around, but this probably isn't a great engine. Oh, don't rain on me, please. Well, it looks like we're primed. If we hold this down. We get water coming out of our diesel coming out of our injector. So we'll just cinch that back down with our 17. Figure out where our compression is going. Looks like we still got low compression. And this would feel really good for a gas motor, but this is a diesel, which makes a lot more compression. Yeah, like the 10 horse version, once you run out of compression release, it feels like it takes your arm off. And this, I can actually pretty easily pull without the compression release. We're gonna try to give it a more, see what 8/1000th lash will do. Someone did comment that said that these like to be on the high side anyway. Give her a rip. Yeah, that's too easy. This should be way harder than that. Well, that's pretty disappointing. I guess I wasn't gonna get lucky with that fuel shut off, but you know, you win some and you lose some. The lose is definitely that this does not fire up on ether. And this isn't like a gas engine. You don't need that spark. You only need compression. And here's our fuel. So, considering our compression wasn't coming from valve lash, there's not a lot we can do with the motor still intact. So we gotta rip into it. But that'll be a topic for another time. For now, I hope you enjoyed this short video, and take it easy. Shoots. Worry not, friend, for you have been freed from your mechanical prison. You don't have to think about him anymore. You're safe with me. Shh.